My name is Emilia MÅRTENSSON and I'm about to release an album on Babel. The album was recorded at the Fish Factory and it was recorded by Alex Bonney and Mattia Sortiri, and it was produced by Roy Simmons and Alex Bonney.
If a heart breaks all alone, does it make a sound? And would anybody listen if it was booming all around? Like the last tree crashing down from a forest once renowned.
So I've called the album Anna, and it's after my grandmother Anna Emilia. And I've chosen to write a tune for both my grandparents and dedicate the album to both of them. So one is the title track, Anna, and the other one is MÅRTENSSON, which is written to my granddad, Albert. And I've been going to Slovenia a lot recently, which is where they are from, and which is where my mum is from as well. And I just find that place, Izola in Slovenia, very inspiring. And also I find my grandparents very inspiring in their journey, how they moved from Slovenia to Sweden, which is where I grew up. I wrote this little Swedish folk song and I would like to sing it to you. And I'm going to use this little funny thing. I hope you don't mind, because it's really fun for me to do it. Vackra män försöker mitt hjärta, tryggt ligger det i famn. Långt över havet, vid horisonten landar vi hamn. Djupt in i natten visar jag allt som vaktas här innanför. Med dig vill jag vandra skog och dal till gryningens fall. So the album is a collection of 9 songs, and they all have elements of like all my different influences. And I think apart from my background in jazz and my upbringing with Swedish folk music, my kind of a main influence, I would say, comes from just living in London and being able to go and see amazing music all the time and to be surrounded by amazing musicians and amazing people.
So another really nice thing about working on this album is Emilia's choice to use a lot of songs written by friends of ours and musicians that we live and work with in London, and that represent a scene of amazing music, amazing songs that are being written in the capital. And that's demonstrated with songs by Jamie Doe, Barnaby Keane, Emine Pirasan, who have all contributed beautiful songs. And I think the way in which Emilia's reworked them is a beautiful, she's approached them in a beautifully honest way, and I think it shows a lot of like love and gratitude to these other musicians who are friends of ours, that she's done that and done it in such a beautiful and sensitive way.
The cold doesn't bother me as I'm by your side, walking aimlessly. Our fingers like ice accidentally graze. I look to the ground, too shy to look at your face. The concrete, it shines in the night. Crystallized leaves the orange hue in the sky. Your soul is so loud, I hear it over the cars, over shivering smokers bursting out of the bars. Suddenly I know it. You make my earth quake. I felt your heart dancing with mine. If this is love, I don't want to wake. We laughed until we cried. Let's ride this wave
Barry Green is the piano player on the album, and we've been working together for a really long time now, and we also did a duo recording a while back called And So It Goes. And I love singing with Barry. He's a wonderful musician, wonderful piano player he's kind of understood the art behind accompanying singers, I think.
Who would have thought that would become our song? I watch your breath steaming up in a mist as we nervously take our last first kiss. All at once it's clear now. You soothe where I ache.
Sam Latterson plays bass on the album, and he is someone that I've known for a very long time. We went to music college together. And he is someone I can just, without really knowing exactly what I want him to do, he just kind of gets it straight away.
I don't know where I am to go on from here. In this world you left for me, the cords that held me firm for all these years in love sheltered me.
Adriana Adewale is a new addition to the band, and I've always been wanting to work with a percussion player. And his name came up from a few different people. I just love the way he kind of adds different textures and different little details and different sounds, and how interactive he is.
I do what I can with all you've given me. The words of love and truth are all I see around me now. And I know about love. I learned it from you. I learned it from you.
I also listen a lot to artists like Paul Simon, I love, and Joni Mitchell, and James Taylor, the kind of style of singer-songwriters from that time, and I guess that also has a massive influence on when it comes to what repertoire I choose. And I actually covered one of Paul Simon's tunes on this album, which is called Everything Put Together Falls Apart.
So in terms of this album, even though it was, Emilia discussed making a jazz album, we also wanted to have maybe some of its sonic roots in kind of 70s pop music and classic albums like Paul Simon albums, and something which has that kind of analog warmth of a classic sounding album. So we really tried to marry that with still the kind of the not totally polished sound of a kind of grittier jazz album. I think working at the Fish Factory studios, where they have an amazing desk, an amazing sounding room, and trying to record as naturally as possible, but with these kind of thoughts in mind about the overall sonics, I think we've achieved something really great with it.
falling. Will it make her grow this time?
I've been wanting to work with strings for a really, really long time, and I had this sound in my head with string, quartet and percussion for a really long time for some reason. And the Fable String Quartet came about when Rory kind of got involved. They've been working with Rory for a while.
So, Fable String Quartet were fantastic to work with on this record. I've worked with most of those string players in other scenarios and other settings in the past. And I think, again, very polished, accomplished musicians, but really bring some sort of excitement and sass to the way they play contemporary music, and with the elements of improvisation and the amount that they're willing to sort of be malleable and move around the scores that I brought. And a huge amount of sensitivity to the song, and also their own references musically that they bring aren't the same references as stock string players. They have a really interesting aesthetic and approach to making new music.
Soft at night, her hand on mine, she says, close your eyes before you open up your mind. Eyes like mine, stories of a different kind. They speak of memories of a country she left behind. Her secrets and her ways of how to love every moment of the day. Here I'll stay till darkness goes away. I will dream my dreams beside you till the break of day.